You know that old saying, innocent when you dream? These days, when I go to sleep at night, my mind goes all over the place. My emotions go wild, and sometimes I feel like I shouldn't be feeling the things I've been feeling. Am I really innocent when I dream? Or am I guilty? When I'm awake, I'm faced with these questions I don't want to answer. But when I'm dreaming, my dreams, that's my warm and fuzzy place, my cozy place. I don't want to wake up.
But you be breaking my heart, yeah. You got me thinking, what does she have that I don't?
Hi everyone, it's Catchy, aka OBiGem. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button, also the notification bell to be notified of all future videos. And if you like what you see, please do hit the like button so I know to keep making content like this. So you're back with another episode of The Short Legacy. We are here with Marinella. She's back from her day of work, watching some TV because she is feeling a little down on her fun. We got to get that motive up, but she has done a little socializing upping her romance and friendship bars with a certain Braden. So off screen, she did end up going out on another date with Braden. Braden actually, since you know, Braden does really well for himself. He's a doctor. He likes to treat himself on his days off and travel a lot. So last weekend, he was planning on going out to Mount Komorebi to enjoy the hot springs. So he ended up inviting Marinella to go with him. And it was just a day trip because, you know, he is a doctor. He's busy. But, you know, he doesn't have a whole lot of free time, so he flew her out there for the day, and they got a little cozy. They still haven't had their first official real kiss, because, you know, we're not counting that mistletoe kiss Marinella did at the restaurant. That's struck from the record. But on the date, Marinella did actually mention to Braden putting her foot in her mouth, really, that she doesn't actually have a lot of romantic experience. She said to him, you know, Braden, just to let you know, I don't actually have a whole lot of experience being in a relationship and doing romantic things. So Braden told her, Marinella, don't worry about it. Like I told you before, I'm totally down with taking this thing we've got going between us super slowly, so don't feel like there's any pressure for you to jump to any steps, which Marinella was feeling on their first date when she felt like she had to kiss him right away, and that definitely put her at ease as there is some heat building up between them there. But there's no denying the fact that there's still that whole situation between her and Jamie. In her mind, with him calling her, it's been a lot touch and go with that actually. But she's been texting him like, hey, you said you wanted to talk and meet up, so what's going on? So he did get back to her and say, you know, my schedule is pretty tight and all over the place right now. Do you want to just call me on Monday and I'll let you know, when would be a good time to come over? So Marinella told him, okay, it's just kind of weird since you texted me and told me that you felt bad about what happened and how we interacted at the bar. And, it just seems that you would be the one taking the lead on finding time to clear all this up. It seems Jamie has been giving her a little bit of the runaround, but she is curious to find out what the whole situation is about that. So she's going to go ahead and give him a call right now to see if she can come over and see if now's a good time for them to chat. But she's going to go ahead and ask Jamie, hey, can I come over? And we'll see what he says. In the meantime, her and Braden have been super cute. Braden even called her and asked her if he should go for this promotion at work. And she said, yeah, you should totally go for it. But it looks like Jamie does want us to come over. It seems like now is a good time. He told her, go ahead and, come over. We'll talk about everything. So we're going to go ahead and go over to Jamie's and get everything sorted out. So Marinella has made it over to Jamie's place. As you can see, she's wearing her cute little hot weather wear. You'll be able to see it better in a second. But she was a little caught off guard to find Jamie already waiting for her out in the hallway. She's thinking, I was just getting ready to knock on your apartment door. What are you doing out here? And he's looking a bit stressed, so she's going to go ahead and ask him what's going on. So without even really trying or anything, Marinelle just all of a sudden has butterflies in her tummy, and she's just really feeling blushy and flirty, and she's thinking, I don't know what it is, just being around Jamie just brings this up in me, but it doesn't make any sense because we really only had that one interaction. But I don't know what's going on with me. I don't know. Something about Jamie just does something to her. But she's over here and she's wanting to ask him, Jamie, why are you out here? I was just about to knock on your door. So Jamie says, I'm sorry, Marinella. I didn't mean to catch you off guard. I just wanted to catch you outside and have a quick conversation with you. Make, some things clear before you came in and were potentially blindsided. So already Marinella is feeling kind of weird. So she asks him, blindsided by what? What's going on, Jamie? So he tells her, look, I think part of the reason why you thought I was hiding something or keeping something from you when we met and chatted with each other at the bar is because I kind of was. So Marinella asks him, so what were you keeping from me, Jamie? So Jamie tells her, I always have to be wary of potentially starting any kind of relationships with anybody because the truth is, Marinella, I'm a single dad. So I don't want to say that Jamie feels a bit shameful about it or anything, but he is feeling a ways about it because sometimes he feels like he pushes people away romantically because his first priority is always going to be his kid. So Jamie has a daughter and his wife, because he used to be married, she passed away like really, really young, like literally when his daughter was still in infancy. She contracted a serious fatal illness and she passed away. And ever since then, she's always made his daughter his number one priority. But Jamie still wants, has wants and desires. And of course, he'd love to meet somebody and really put roots down. And he really likes Marinella. But when she was telling him about her dreams about starting her own foster home, all he could think about is how much work that was going to take, how much time and devotion that would require to give all of these different children the life that they deserve. And it just had him thinking how, maybe he can't really be the guy she needs to support her and all of those things since his daughter has always been his first priority and he would never want to take away from that. So he's feeling conflicted himself and what he's feeling in his heart versus what he knows in his head he needs to do to be there for and support his daughter. So upon hearing the truth about what Jamie's been hiding this whole time, it just really blew Marinella away, and unexpectedly for her, it kind of ended up making Jamie even more attractive to her. She's thinking, oh my gosh, on top of him being really handsome, he's also a really devoted dad. She just finds him so admirable. So she tells him, honestly, Jamie, I wish you would have said something before. Of course you would want to put your daughter first above everything else. There's no reason that you should have had to feel like you needed to push me away. I would have understood. So with that, she tells him, don't ever think that you would ever have to compromise anything for your daughter. Of course I understand that. You're a dad. So Jamie tells her, that's really good to hear, Marinella, but at the bar you just seem to be getting a little flirty, and I didn't want to give you the wrong idea as far as how available I am to date. So, at that, he decided to give Marinella a hug, and it just ends up giving Marinella even more of the floaties, because it just gets her thinking, oh my gosh, she's so perfect, which is so funny, because it was not that long ago she was thinking about Braden and thinking, things are going well there, but there's no denying that there's always been something about Jamie that just keeps pulling her towards him, despite that, the fact that they haven't spent as much time with each other as her and Braden have. It just seems like on paper that Braden's the one that Marinella should go for. He's cute, he's funny, he's charismatic, he's got a really good job. He could definitely be there to support her 150% in her endeavors to open her own foster home. Meanwhile, though, Jamie is less free with his time. He has a daughter. That's his number one priority. And she doesn't even know what he does for a living or even if he has the financial wherewithal to help her in her dreams. Not that Marinella's thinking that. She's really not. But, I'm thinking that way on her behalf because, she has to be a little bit more pragmatic and think about those things and consider, that as something that does Jamie have the financial bandwidth to help her with what she needs. So out of the blue, there's some music playing in the hallway, and so Marinella asks, hey Jamie, would you want to dance? So he says, right here? And Nella says, well, I really like this song, so Jamie says, well, I guess so, why not? Which worked for Jamie because, on one level, he's still kind of wary about inviting Marinella in because, he still has his daughter and he's the type of dad that does not like to introduce his daughter to anybody unless he's sure that they're going to be there for a while. And even now, while they're dancing, he's still, not even really able to enjoy it as much because he's thinking about his daughter and thinking, is she okay in there by herself? She's in the apartment by herself. Does she need help with her homework? And he's just not able to be in the moment with Marinella right now and even enjoy slow dancing with her. So, he's going to take this moment and say, Marinella, I really appreciate how understanding you've been. I appreciate you just really coming around and understanding my situation as a single dad. But, to that end, I don't think I can invite you into my apartment right now. And so Marinella's like, I don't understand, why not? And he tells her, Marinella, I don't actually like to introduce my daughter to anybody, especially if I'm not certain that it's going to be something that's long-term or something serious. I want to be sure it's going to be something that's leading to somewhere before I introduce anybody to my daughter. I feel like I owe that to her. And so Marinella's like, I understand, that makes a whole lot of sense. Of course you wouldn't want to, put your daughter through, that type of thing at all. And he's all like, and well, they're getting a very close in personality. He's like, Marinella, I really do like you, and I would want to take you out and take you on a proper date sometime, but unfortunately now just doesn't appear to be that time. But I do want to get to know you a bit better, and maybe sometime in the future I can give you a call and we can have a proper date. And of course Marinella is feeling a little bit bummed, because she's like, yeah, I would definitely like that, Jamie, I really like you too. So they hug each other, because at this point this is really as much as they can do. Like, definitely Marinella is very disappointed, because when she came over here, she had certain expectations and wants out of this situation as far as figuring Jamie out a little bit more. And she's actually being surprised herself a little bit, because it seems as though right now Jamie is just not open to having any type of long-term relationship or any type of serious relationship with her. And ordinarily I think that might have been okay with Nella, because with her navigating and understanding this dating sphere, she's not really trying to go that fast with anybody right now. And if it were Braden, she'd be totally okay if it's like just taking it slow. But for some reason with Jamie, if he were open to going a little bit more faster pace, just because of the natural attraction that appears to be there, she'd be 100% open to going at that faster pace. But unfortunately right now it just seems that Jamie's just not open to it. He's got his obligations with his daughter that he needs to figure out. And until that whole situation is figured out, they're just going to have to pump the brakes, which, is not what she was expecting, but it's where they are right now. So she's going to leave Jamie's, and we're going to go ahead and meet Nella back at her apartment. So I'm having Marinella do some meal prep and cook in bulk, because with the way she works, she just does not ever have the time to cook anymore. So I'm having her make some egg salad and some oatmeal pancakes that she can just eat for the rest of the week. But while she's cooking, she's kind of just looking around her apartment and just thinking, I just need to figure out a way to get my money up, because everything in this apartment is just a complete mess. It just breaks all the time. It's too much. She's constantly having to deal with leaky pipes and mysterious smells. Her dryer is broken right now. She just does not have the skill level to fix it, and her landlord is starting to get irritated with her, because she calls her all the time to come over and fix stuff. But while she is thinking about that whole money situation, because that's definitely a thing right now, you got $1,000 to her name, and that's only because we've been doing odd jobs. But we need to figure this out, because she needs to buy a laptop so it can help her get her writing skill up and her logic skill up, so that she can get a promotion, because the money situation not good. But she's thinking, while she's thinking about the whole situation with Braden and Jamie, and mostly Jamie, she's infatuated with Jamie, but he just doesn't have the time to commit to having a relationship with her, because he's a single father. And then she has Braden on the other hand, who they have good rapport with each other, but she doesn't know. She's just thinking, maybe I should just chill on this whole romance thing, because clearly I'm not good at it. But she's thinking, maybe I just need a girls' night. So she's hoping to go over to Briar's apartment tomorrow, just hang out and chat about everything, and maybe also hang out with her Adriana, that's Briar's roommate, and Adriana's twin. It's kind of like hash a whole lot of these things out. She really just needs some girl time to kind of talk about what's been going on in her love life, as well as, all her other issues she has going on, because, sis is, she's doing too much. I hope she just dropped that pancake on the floor. I don't even think those pancakes are going to be good quality, but, we're going to catch up with Miss Marinella tomorrow and figure this out. So it is after work, and Marinella has come and swung by Briar's. She is just ready to let loose and laugh. So, of course, Briar's like, of course, girl, sit down. I'm going to get some drinks flowing, and we can just, kiki. But, Marinella, they come in and give her the quick skinny on what went down between her and Braden and her and Jamie. And Briar's just really floored. She's like, wow, Marinella, I feel like it was just not that long ago, and I told you that we should both get boyfriends, and now you've got, this whole drama going on with all these guys. And Marinella's like, yeah, I mean, when this whole thing started, I just wanted to make friends, and now I'm over here catching feelings for these two guys. And she's like, and I just don't know what to do. And and Brian's like, you know what, Marinella, just forget about all of that. We should. Are you making the drinks, Briar? Are you making... Okay, she needs to ask her for a drink. Go ahead, Marinella, ask her for a drink. So she's like, you know what? Go ahead and make me a drink. I need something to take the edge off. So Briar's like, no problem, I got you. Because, she's trying to learn mixology as a hobby. And your favorite drink is a root beer float, Marinella? Okay, girl. Anyway, Briar's like, you know what? I think you should just forget about those guys, Nella. And, we should throw a party that's going to help you take your mind off of all of these. And she's like, yeah, I mean, but have you seen my apartment, Briar? I can't throw a party there. My apartment sucks. And she's like, okay, well, you could throw it here. It'll be great. We could throw that party and you could invite those two guys and you could figure that whole situation out. And I was like, Briar, I can't invite them. A party would be me trying to take the pressure off. Having them be here would be putting the pressure on. So Nella goes and she goes to use the bathroom. While she's in there, Briar's thinking and scheming. She's thinking, you know what? I'm going to help her throw this party. We're going to have it here. But you know what? I am going to go ahead and invite those two guys. I know she said no, but I think it will be good. I mean, if we invite the two guys here, maybe that will be the thing that'll help her decide on who to go with. So she's really kind of scheming and being a little bit shifty, drifty with that. But it's all in love, guys. It's all in love. So we're going to end things here, but let me know in the comments down below. Did you expect things to go down the way they did with Jamie and Nella? Did you think that the secret that he was keeping, did you anticipate that's what it was? Or did you think it was something else? And what about who you think that Nella should end up with? Do you think that Jamie is the one that she ultimately should pursue? Or maybe she should just keep seeing how things go with Braden? I love to know your comments in the comment section down below. But as always, guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and of course, stay dazzled. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.